I feel like May is becoming like another sort of monumental type month for sneakers. Now, hey, what up and welcome to another episode of Creased. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling this way about May. I feel like May is becoming like another sort of monumental type month for sneakers. Now, for a while there, it felt like there was crazy drops every month. There was something every weekend. That feels like it's been dialed back a little bit, but it feels weird over here in Australia, being that May has so much heat. But if you think about it, in America, like, we're in May coming into summer, so it makes a little bit more sense. But I was even looking back at last year. You had the Bape Adidas, you had the Run the Jewels pack, Jordan 4 Thunders, Travis Scott Olives, to name a few. I feel like there was a bunch of stuff that came out in May last year. And this year is even... Just on the weekend, the Space Jam lows dropped. Now this is a Jordan 11 low. Most sizes on the websites, boutiques, Foot Locker, everything, they're gone. Let's just double check Foot Locker. I know the boutiques are. Let's write Morgan instead of Jordan 11. Damn, they still got the Gratitudes. One size 8, full price, full retail. See, I'm looking Jordan 11, I can't see nothing popping up. Let's just type Jordan, we'll go men's, and newest arrivals. They got the shadows still. They got those Legacy 312 lows. I feel like if they were higher, I might have even copped them, but Space Jam 11s are done. Now, don't get me wrong, in America, like we've realized recently, there's more viewership in America than there is here. So in America, I feel like you'd still be able to get these. I feel like when I go to Sydney, I may still be able to get them in store. The allocation between online and in stores very different over here. If I go to like Sydney or Melbourne, there's a good chance you can still get them. I want to say, well, I was meant to go on the weekend, then a little bit loose on the Saturday night, and didn't really feel like doing anything Sunday morning, if you get what I'm saying. But let's have a look at the Jordan 1 Low Retro. Still quite a few sizes, but the Shadow Lows and the Space Jam Lows are two pairs that I really like. But do I need them? Me personally, I'm like, I feel like I'm probably gonna go to Space Jam Lows more than the Shadow Lows. There's a couple reasons for that. I don't have a lot of 11s. I've usually gotten rid of them, but I feel like lows are going to be more wearable for me. Jordan 1 lows, can't see any within. Oh, there's a pair right there, but I never end up lacing them up. I feel like I'm more likely to wear them in winter. Maybe I'll wear a pair tomorrow, who knows. But I don't know, shadows are a crazy colorway, but do I want the high in the shadow? An even crazier pair that dropped, Asian exclusive. So for some reason, Australia being where it is, a lot of what we get becomes based around the Asian area, Asian Pacific area. So we got the J-Pack Chicagos, but I don't think they're dropping in America. That's kind of weird, but I'm not mad at it. And what's crazy is when they dropped on sneakers, so many people hit. Like, I have not paid attention to sneakers in that long because, like, it just gets botted, whatever. Like, the last pair I won might have been like the Infrared 90s back in 2020. I think there was a pair before then, but it was a pair that sat, so it doesn't really count. But I know so many people that copped. Not everyone copped, but it seemed like it was a level playing field. Have Nike been able to get rid of the bots? Was there no hype for this because America weren't getting it, so there was no hype from things over there? I don't know, but it's got me thinking about checking for sneakers again, because this is like the second thing I've seen where people actually were able to hit. The last one was the military blue 4s, and they're starting to rock up now, but for the rest of the staff, it's going to be 27th of May, so the back end of May. They're going to be very, very easy to cop. The problem is we're seeing a lot of QC issues. I've seen in groups that I'm in on Facebook from the UK, US, and Australia, people having really, really bad pairs. Now, the problem with that is you can hit up Nike, they'll refund you, but 9 times out of 10 you can't get another pair. Like, even when I had the shelf life Jordan 2 lows, they're like, oh, we can't get you another pair. But even though there was none left in the Australian allocation of Nike.com product, there was in like every other country's allocation, and they ended up coming to Australia like a couple months later, so I ended up getting my pair. Much better quality, super underrated pair, like a collab with a graffiti store in South Africa. Like, look at the materials on that, insane. I've worn them, wear your shoes, but I had a heated argument with some Nike Australia, like, it could be outsourced, I don't know, but I was on the phone and they're like, nah, we can't do this. I'm like, yo, I'm looking at your American stock, it all comes from the same spot, like it's in the Netherlands. But so with the military blue 4s, my best advice to you is they're going to be very readily available. If you're going to a shopping center on May 27th, there's going to be multiple stores in a lot of places. Not every place is going to have multiple stores that'll have them, but like, let's say my local, JD, Foot Locker are both going to have pairs. If you can, check your pairs out before you grab them. Get your size when you're at the counter, righto, give me a look at them, let's see the QC. Me personally, this is a beautiful shoe. I care about these more than, say, the Reimagined Bread 4s. I care about these more than, say, any other 4 that has come out for a long time. This is a pair that I've wanted for a long time. And the fact that they've done it closer to the original, like military blue, I'm keen on these. I really am. I'm so keen on these. I'm probably going to buy doubles. I'm going to say right now. There's not many pairs that I buy doubles anymore. Back in the day, I used to basically buy everything I could in doubles, but it gets to a point when you got this many sneakers that sometimes you don't even get to wear the first pair, let alone the second. And I have gotten rid of a lot of my doubles over the years, but this is a pair that I'm going to get doubles of. The last things I got doubles of, I'm going to say was, we got the Ivories. Nike employee store for $174 plus the USG pair, but outside of that it was the White Cement Reimagined and the Fire Red 3s. So 2 crazy pairs that are now worth like $500 each. Go figure. They were sitting on shelves at the time, very easy to cop. Could be the same with the military blue 4s. A lot of pairs have already gone out in America, in UK. Majority of our pairs are hitting May 27th. Hit up your local, check if they're getting them. I know my local is the JD and the Foot Locker at the main shopping centre in Newcastle. So I'm gonna try and get 2 pairs at 10.5. Let's see how we can do it. But one of the main sneakers dropping in May, and arguably, I said it, I think this will be sneaker of the year. It's going to be very hard for it to be topped, is the Nike SB Dunk Futura Low. These are incredible. There is not much stock, and being us over here in Australia, there is not going to be as much stock anyway. So, it's going to be very hard to cop. I believe, from what I've been told, that it may only go to supply and maybe Fast Times. I don't think these will be available at every skate store like they usually are, but I could be wrong. This is just some information that I may have heard. So, gonna be very difficult. I even went in the American Futura Labs raffle. That's how much I want them. It'll work out about $272, I think, to get them, which is like $100 over retail, but they are incredible. I do need this shoe. One of the other things coming out in May is the return of the corn pack. The corn pack last year maybe caught a few people off guard. I know my guy Kev Hannibal was like, bro, break it down to me. What is this? Why are people so interested in these? He just didn't get it. And for me, like, I grew up on hip hop, but also grew up on metal. For me, good music is just good music. So I was very keen on that. I'm looking at them right now. I haven't worn either of them, but I got both pairs and I got the t-shirt. This pack, the shoes really don't do anything for me. The campus is okay, but the black is what we would associate a metal band with, yeah. The super modified in the white just kind of solidifies that time, that era. It was all about an all white sneaker. The grey and red version that they're doing, nah. The merch looks fire. The merch does look fire. I think with this, just the success and how crazy it went, they weren't really sure how it happened or whatever, and they've tried to recreate it with different colorways. And for me, they probably should have just gone completely different and done something different. But I don't know, I still think they sell out, just not as quick. But yeah, dropping in May apparently too. I don't know if it's going to be locally or just on the apps. I'm not sure on that. But it is, if you're a corn fan, this is going to be the one you're going to be able to get more so than the other. I remember like when I got the campus at the Adidas store in Sydney, he was telling me that we would just lie to resellers. Like, guys we know are just trying to resell these, we just lie to them about what sizes we had. And thankfully they did, because I got my size. Let me show you these things, they're so nice. I believe they even come in these same boxes that look like road cases, right? Incredible. I don't know which one's which. This is the super modified. Kind of like a superstar, but the stripes have been moved up. Corn on the back, the other one's got Adidas. Comes with like a guitar pick as a keyring. This is the one everyone wants. The suede campus, corn on the back, gum rubber sole. Where's that keyring? What were these? $200? Crazy. You know what's bad? Like when you don't even remember how much you paid for shoes. But that's the guitar pick I was talking about. Campus in that corn writing. Apparently that was a really hard thing to get over the line. But they will be returning with another pack, and I don't think it's as good. But you may think none of these are really good. You might be holding out to the Bread Toes, whatever else is coming out this year. There are some crazy sneakers coming out this year, but May, just insane. What are we looking at? I haven't copped that many sneakers this year. I want to say like the Ivories, the Big Money Dunks. The rest of it's been like older stuff. Cortex 90s, but you know, they're infrareds. It's kind of like a re-release. The other stuff was on sale. Gratitudes were from last year. Jordan 2s came out this year, or maybe late last year, the snakeskin joints. Yeah, I really haven't copped too many shoes this year. So for like May, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 pairs that I'm keen on. That's crazy. And Nike does do this in the holidays every year. They'll release a Jordan 11. In March they do a UNC, something with UNC. So they do have this track record of doing that, but we'll just have to see. I have no idea what that scratching noise is. That has happened twice now in about 10 videos, so nothing prior to that. My microphone is essentially attached to this camera. It's got a furry thing on top. I've just touched it then if it made the sound we're about to see, but yeah, I have no idea what that is, but it's super annoying. One thing I will say as well that I forgot to mention is SneakerCon is this weekend. I'm going to be there. I won't have a table or anything. I'll just be getting around, getting content. So if you're going to be at SneakerCon, I'll see you there. Back to the video. What's in store for May? I'm saying right here, if you missed out on the military blues, you're going to cop in May, I'm telling you. Like, go in store, make an effort. You may have to get there a little bit early, but you will get them. There's going to be a lot of pairs. And Foot Locker usually does, or even just Jordan as a whole, like with the releases, in terms of how many pairs, there's like a 3-tier system, right? If it's, say, the low numbers, high tier sort of thing, it's only going to a few stores. Usually that's like, for Sydney, it'll be Pitt Street Mall, George Street, Parramatta, right? Then there's another one where it's like almost all stores. That's what I think this is. I don't think it's an all-store release, which is, you know, everyone's getting them, like a GR. They used to do that back in the day with, like, let's say, the Black Cement 3s. They were an all-store release. Red 11s, all-store release. Gratitude 11s, all-store release. But this will be an easy cop. I'm saying it right now. I will not. I'm saying it right now, but I guarantee I can get 2 pairs. At least. Military blue, as history goes in terms of OG colorways, wasn't that popular. It just wasn't. But for me, aesthetically, it's a cleaner shoe. But let me know in the comments what you think. What pairs are you looking to cop? Are any of these interesting to you? Are there other pairs that I may have missed? These are obviously the heavy hitters for this year. Futuras, like, crazy how much is coming out in May, and we'll see. I could do all this and not be able to copy any of them. But this has been another episode of Creased. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace. Hey, what up? Terrible. Hey, what up? Fuck, now I can't say nothing.